Hello and welcome back to the Golden Capsule. Please make sure to like and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you won't miss anything anytime a new video is coming up. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Let's begin. Golden Capsule presents How to know if someone is your true friend. Psychology professor Jordan Peterson proposes a simple way to find out who really is your friend. Keep in mind this is only a small excerpt of Jordan Peterson's lecture 2017 Personality 21, Biology and Traits, Performance Prediction held at the University of Toronto. Let's talk about friendships for a minute. Here's how you know if someone's your friend. You can tell them bad news and they'll listen. They won't tell you why you're stupid. They won't tell you why that bad thing happened to you. They won't tell you how something worse happened to them once. They won't derail the whole conversation. You can actually tell them bad news and they'll listen, so that's a good sign for a good friend and overall a good thing. A weirder thing is that you can tell them good news and they'll help you celebrate, and that's a really good way of deciding who you should have around you. Because if you have someone around you and something good happens to you, you're kind of afraid to even admit it, because you know people often don't like something good to happen to you. It's like you let that be known and they'll certainly be taken away, so you come out and you sort of tell someone half-heartedly that something good happened to you, and then they give you a whack, and then talk about a great thing that happened to them 3 years ago, or worse than that. They talk about the great thing that happened to someone else they knew 3 years ago. In an instance you know you have to go away from that person. They're not helpful to you. And they're not helpful to themselves either. And so you've got to think about this. You've got to surround yourself with people who want the best for the best part of you. You can hang around with weasels and losers that are trying to pull you down to justify the fact that they're spiraling downhill as well. And you know the upside of that is you don't have to have any responsibility. You can all whine about how wretched life is, and that's pretty attractive. But I would say it's also bad medium to long-term plan. And so it's acceptable and desirable to try to surround yourself with people who are facilitating your development. You might say, well, I've got people around, I know them good enough, and they're not doing that well and they don't fit into that category. What's your point? What are you going to do with them exactly? If they'll listen and cooperate with you and move towards a better future, excellent. If they don't pay any attention and they keep doing the same things over and over again, and they're not going anywhere and it's painful, then maybe the proper thing to do is say, you just have your misery and I'll go off and have my life, and maybe you'll wake up at some point in the future and think that's a better way of being, because just putting up with it is almost enabling. You put up with that sort of behavior means you're providing tacit consent for it and even tacit approval, and it's a bad idea. You have both the right and the responsibility to surround yourself with people who are good for the best part of you. Congratulations, you have reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, give it thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making those kind of videos for you. Please make sure to click like and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell too, so you won't miss anything anytime a new video is coming up, and continue to watch the next video, in which we will try to better answer frequently asked questions on different topics and feed gold to your mind. We want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Hope you enjoyed our time together. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.